What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Future here, and I'm back with another reaction video once again. Today we're gonna be reacting to the Thabo Bester case. Yeah, Thabo Bester case, and just gonna get a deep dive into the case because I've had a lot of people talking about it on radio, just radio, I guess. Yeah, it's just radio. So yeah, I just want to get a deep dive into it and understand what's going on. I don't know if it's still going on. I think the guy escaped again in prison. I don't know. So yeah, let's just get it.
To conning rental companies, tricking a charter company to fly him and several models to a shoot in Cape.
Oh, and also shout out to Melusi Jubani. He's a nice quality videos, my man. Shout out to him.
Posing as an executive producer at SABC 3, convincing people he was an executive of a 21st Century Fox subsidiary, making millions off a scam construction company while still in prison, creating a scam Netflix show, living in a 40,000 monthly rental mansion in Sandton with a...
Wait, so I know the lady is black. Because I've heard like the other guys, the colors or something. I don't know. Or are they white? I don't know. Are they black? I don't know. Or are they Indian? I have no idea. But yeah, just saw some. I don't know who the guy actually is. I just heard about it now. So
celebrity girlfriend. This man was rumored to have made multi-millions of rand.
Whoa. Why does she look familiar? The heck?
Man was...
Yeah, for sure seen her somewhere.
Rumored to have made multi-millions of rands, and I have never heard nor seen con artistry of this level in my life. What I am about to tell you today is like scenes straight out of the movie Catch Me If You Can. For those who don't know Catch Me If You Can, it's a movie about notorious con artist Frank Abagnale, who duped people worth millions of dollars with his masterful art of deception. One aspect of Thabo Bester that no one seems to be talking about is how the heck did he make so...
So is this guy like a rich guy? What does he do for a living? Is he like a musician, actor, influencer? What is he? Does he do something? How did he get the money? Or is he just like a con artist? That's it.
I decided to dig deep into the internet archives looking for old and recent articles, and what I found will actually blow your minds. For those of you who don't know who Thabo Bester is, in my own summary or in my own words, he's a horrible...
Oh, Facebook rapist. Oh man. Who is this guy? Who is he?
Serial killer and a very skilled con artist from our country of South Africa. We'll talk about his gruesome crimes some other time. Today we are following the money trail, baby. We are following the money trail. It requires a lot of money to pull off the prison break this man orchestrated. If you've watched Prison Break before, then you know that money rules even at correctional facilities. A few bribes here, a few bribes there, and Thabo Bester probably had massive influence in prison, the same way John Abruzzi gained influence on Prison Break. So let's turn back the hands of time. Let's go back to 2011 when his con ways really started taking off. In 2011, Thabo Bester created a very elaborate system using 13 different identities. He sent emails to women telling them international modeling scouts were looking for them. In order to make the email convincing enough, he would place a contact number for a secretary. He successfully convinced several women to attend appointments with him. During this time, Thabo started becoming infamous, appearing on a few articles for telling young beautiful women that he can secure them jobs in the modeling industry, and then swindling them out of their cell phones, laptops, and the money. He would frequently use the name Thomas Bester. His true identity wasn't uncovered until he started committing some really gruesome acts to those women that were looking for those jobs in the modeling industry.
Wait.
Somehow I lied. Somehow she told me her dreams. We got very close. Can you imagine if you take me a 26-hour bus?
Bro, just look at him, bro. Just look at him. At first glance, you wouldn't say, "Oh, that guy's a thief. Oh, he's a murderer." Especially like how he also speaks. I guess that's how they got hooked on. They're like, oh, you can speak good English. Bam.
And you took 4 days together and you're going to know a lot about each other. So it trained me personally.
Bester was running scams across the country, focusing on Johannesburg, Cape Town, and Durban. His crimes kept becoming increasingly violent until he was caught and served 2 years of a 3-year sentence for fraud under the name Thabo Makaku. Shortly after his release, he broke parole and started taunting the police again. It's like this man always had an itchy bone and he just needs to scratch it all the time. Whether he's in prison or in the free world, there's just no stopping his malice. Remember the lieutenant colonel who was on Thabo Bester's neck? Shortly after Thabo was released from that first imprisonment, the lieutenant colonel Boysen started receiving calls from people who had been approached or scammed by Thabo Bester. If this doesn't sound like the movie Catch Me If You Can, then honestly I don't know. Police believe Bester was stealing 2 to 3 laptops daily, in addition to running other scams, where he asked women to pay him for auditions and setting up elaborate photo shoots and making off with their belongings. Like, talk about multitasking, this man just knew what he was.
Man like you can buy anything he wants.
At one point, he convinced the Joburg Shutter Company to collect him and several models and fly them to Durban. A spokeswoman for this company said the company was supposed to pick up Bester as well, who used the name Tom Kelly to book the flight, but his payment didn't clear. This is really wild, honestly. This is wild. The more I dig deeper and deeper trying to understand this man's mind, the more I feel dumbfounded. There is such a stroke of evil genius that even I wouldn't attempt any of these things, and they seem to be implemented in such a sophisticated manner.
Priming him, programming his subconscious. He's been seeing the number 55 all day long.
Let me tell you about the time when he robbed some people of their equipment, and then maybe you can understand what I mean by sophisticated. During the same period in time, there's a moment when Thabo Bester rented 2 buses and booked a photographic crew for a shoot. When all the camera equipment was loaded in the buses, he announced that everyone was going for lunch. When one cameraman tried to take the camera with him, he told the cameraman that he would only take responsibility for the equipment left on the buses. These simple words right there managed to convince this cameraman to leave the camera behind. Then boom, all the equipment was stolen. This man truly has a silver tongue. He knew exactly what to say and when to say. Just imagine. With that simple yet sophisticated process, he robbed an entire group of people. But oh, there's still more. Remember, we're still in his early days. We haven't reached the recent lucrative scams that made him millions of rands. There was a time when he got 13 models and told them he had set up an audition for them. He got them to pay for the audition and then told them all their laptops and phones needed to be scanned for security purposes. When the models went to their hotel rooms, where he told them they could collect their belongings, you can all guess what happened next. Yes, all the phones were gone, vanished just like that with all their belongings. Unbelievable deception skills. Honestly, even I would have fallen for that one, so I don't even blame those models one bit. When I went into this research, I wasn't expecting to find what I'm finding right now. I was expecting only to find a ruthless serial killer, but this man's ability to make money in illegal ways is just mind-blowing. During the early years of his money-swindling activities, there came a time where his Facebook profile claimed he attended high school in Free State, lived in Cape Town and California, but his hometown, wait for it, being in France. He knew our fellow South Africans love European and American foreigners. They absolutely worship the ground on these European people. He even went as far as to claim he was an executive producer at SABC3. Oh, believe me, a lot of people actually believed his identities. He always found a way to come up with a story that people would actually buy into. If they didn't buy into the story at first sight, he knew the words to use to sell himself and his fraudulent ideas to them.
The clients you have are absolutely... Fuck the clients. Your only responsibility is to put meat on the table.
Now, moving forward to more recent years when he was in prison, some of you may wonder, why would he need money in prison? I guess you actually haven't watched that series that I've been talking about constantly called Prison Break. Most prison societies have systems that are easily swayed and influenced by money or individuals with a lot of money and connections. It's not just here in South Africa, but it's actually a global thing. Even in the United States, wardens are humans, prison employees are humans, other inmates are also humans. Every human being has his or her desire, but if there is one thing we all desire, I mean, if there's one thing we all collectively desire, it's definitely money. His escape from prison needed money. Just like in Prison Break, he knew he needed money to live a comfortable life in prison and money to bribe and orchestrate his way out of prison. In 2018, Thabo Bester and his celebrity girlfriend Nandipa created a scam company called 21st Century Media, which he ran while still in prison. This scam company posed as a subsidiary of 21st Century Fox. I'm sure we've all once in our lives seen a movie produced by 21st Century Fox. For me, it's Home Alone and Power Rangers, movies of my childhood, honestly. Both of them were created by 21st Century Fox. Bester scammed people into believing he was Tom Mutsipe, the chairperson of 21st Century Media. He just had to throw that Mutsipe name there because, as some of you don't know, that Mutsipe family runs almost everything in our country.
We hope you're not.
Oh, okay. Baby, he is crying. He's crying. The acting skills. The acting skills.
Crying.
The sole director of 21st Century Media, Phumuzo Tenga, released a statement saying she had been scammed by Bester and his girlfriend Nandipa. She said she lost a lot of money in the business and she had been scammed into making payments to Nandipa's company, Optimum Medical Holding Group. During this time in 2017 and 2018, there's also another multi-million rand scam he ran from prison. Thabo actually registered a company called Aram Holdings. While he was still in prison, Aram Holdings made payments into his prisoner bank account, according to payment receipts submitted to the Gauteng High Court in Pretoria. He and his girlfriend Nandipa made millions from this construction company scam. I'm sure some of you are wondering, or was it actually a scam and how exactly did they make millions of rands from this thing? It sounds too good to be true, right? Well, I'm here to answer those curious minds. The couple convinced several people to pay millions of rands for construction projects but never deliver on the goods. It sounds like that story of that legendary con artist who sold the Eiffel Tower, doesn't it? Okay, like how can anyone sell the Eiffel Tower to you? Aram Properties clients revealed that after signing on and paying their deposits, they started to realize something was wrong. Bester was introduced to them by Nandipa herself, and he went on to go by the name TK Nkwan. He signed legal documents using a driver's license and ID document with an ID number that doesn't exist on the Department of Home.
No, yeah. When I look at this guy, I can Abdul.
Home Affairs Records. The story of a day in the life in South Africa, honestly. One person told Ground Up they met TK in July 2022. They were offered payments to fly to Cape Town and take pictures posing in houses supposedly being renovated by Aram Properties, but they realized that, no man, something was wrong and so they declined. TK used social media accounts linked to Nandipa, including Aram Properties and iMedia, to approach models or people of large social media followings. Basically, they were hunting for people of influence and people of wealth. In at least one instance, someone was asked to travel to Cape Town at their own cost to audition for a Netflix show called Hot Property Chick. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, he definitely...
Oh. I was preparing for the end, but yeah. Well, that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe down below, and comment down below what kind of videos y'all want me to watch, and share the video. Peace.
This is Jules, VP of a catch-up company, about